Good day. Welcome to Philly John. I want to talk about cryptocurrency. Very important. I feel it is imperative. It's a way that you can make money. It's tripling and doubling. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week market. What is cryptocurrency? Currency is a digital currency. It's protected by a hex key. The key is numbers and letters. You've probably seen it on different things before. And that's basically what the cryptocurrency is. It has a value. I'm quite sure you heard of Bitcoin. You might have heard of Ethereum. You might have heard of Litecoin. All this is backed by blockchain technology. Now, these are some things that you should be looking into. Some things that maybe you should Google: blockchain, cryptocurrency. I'm going to leave links within the video about Princeton University has a free course called Concourse that you can go on. I'll link it within my video, within my podcast. That's available on SoundStream or Podbean or SoundCloud or iTunes. So any of those places you can go pick up the podcast about what I'm talking about, and I'll leave the links for those things so you can go get the information on what's going on. This is a great time right now. Blockchain, as they say, and what they're saying, is going to replace the internet. That's what's about to go down. It's going to replace fiat currency, the internet, and there's a whole ecosystem of things that are coming along. But you yourself can invest as little as $5. There's no interest involved. There's nobody selling, like, if you have problems with companies and they sell alcohol or they are into pornography or they into this or they into that, you don't have to worry about that because that's not what this is. You're not investing in any of it. You're investing in an ecosystem. Something that basically what they have done is, if you're in Africa and I'm in America, I need $5. They've made it so that you can send the money through an email, through the cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin, to me. Lower fees. You don't have to go to Western Union and wait 3 to 4 days and then, trying to find out what day the money is going to be available for you to pick up. We're talking about instant transaction throughout the world. So most people who need remittance, there's a lot of people, Jamaicans, the Islanders, Chinese people, Saudi Arabians, whoever, or just people in America. You may have a family member that's 2 states away. They don't have access to a bank account, but they have access to a phone and email. So all they have to do is set up an account. You send them the chain and the amount that you want to, and bam, it's done. They can transfer it into money. Even I don't know, like I'm seeing a lot of places in California, they actually have the Bitcoin machines, like ATM machines that you can walk up and get the money out of. Somebody can send you the code and you can get your money right there. It's a fee. There are fees involved with those machines, but the easiest way is to have some kind of computer hookup, go to a library, set up an account, and it's as easy as that. It's going around the banking system, around Western Union. Now, they even have a system in place that they're trying to put in place, which you can invest in. It's called Ripple XRP. And a lot of the banks are trying to, I think it's 120 banks right now worldwide that is signed on to this Ripple XRP, because what that does is it frees up money. Every time a bank has to transfer money from country to country, that money has to actually be tied up and locked up, that it's actually guaranteed that it's there. It's no, okay, I'm transferring you this and we're going to give you. No, it has to be tied and locked up. So what this does is it unlocks trillions of dollars, and money can go back and forth freely through the bank system, and it's much cheaper. And the time where even the banks, it's a system called SWIFT. It's been around, I think they said, for about 50, 60 years. It's been around a long time. And that's the only system that you have to transfer money through bankings right now. And that system is archaic. It is just not even up to par. It's archaic. So there's a lot of implications of what's about to go down, and I just keep telling people to please invest, please get involved. You can start. I'll leave a link for Coinbase also. That's one of the easiest. You can take fiat and trade. They only have 3 other coins, and that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And you can invest as little as $1, $2, $3. There's fees for you from, your bank may charge you fees, but they're little. They're minimum fees. They're a couple of dollars. I mean, I started my daughter account just 2 weeks ago. She started with $50, and within 2 weeks, that 50 has turned into $117. I mean, I'm not telling anybody this is an investment. You can lose your money. It is speculative. And I'm not a financial advisor by no means. I'm just a person who does use these products. I have invested and I've made money off of it. So I'm only making a suggestion. And by no means do I think that is some kind of scheme, some kind of Ponzi scam, because if you actually take your time and do your due diligence and go into the information that I'll post here, and you can get a good understanding of what it is. They have something called white papers that you can read on this technology, and it'll explain in fully what they're doing, and it's not a secret. And I think that's what's taking people aback, that they can't believe that this information is just out there and they're able to be a part of it and make money from it. And I think that's the problem. And I was just looking the other day at CNBC, you can look at that every day. They're talking about this. They're talking about Bitcoin. And what's funny is a lot of these stock guys are sitting on there talking, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Now, if you're a person, you have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars with a broker, and you call him and he tells you he don't understand the technology, and we're talking about people here that probably have advanced degrees, more than a bachelor's, there's something wrong. You need to get your money out of there, because what it is that they understand that they're only giving people at maximum maybe 15% a year. This thing this year alone has went up 3,000%. So you have the kid who made Ethereum, which is actually, they're saying that's the next internet. Was 19 years old, I believe, from Canada. This kid is above rich. They have one kid they were talking about out of Europe. He brought into, I think it was he brought into it when it was at the dollar amount. And now, if you think about it, Bitcoin is traded at $17,000 a coin. So he brought into it at that amount. And they said this kid he lives basically around everywhere. He just goes everywhere around the world. He doesn't have a home. He just is constantly traveling, constantly on the go. I mean, I think that if you can put in what you can afford, and you set a goal for yourself. If your goal is to make $20,000, $30,000, $100 million, whatever your goal is, set a goal for yourself. And then, if you reach that goal, you pull that amount of money out of it. And if it's still going, you keep investing. But that's where I think people are going to get tripped up. They're trying to go for the maximum amount. It's almost like a wave. That wave got to come down. It's just like with the internet. And this is what it is. It's like, we weren't privy, well, some of us, we weren't privy to investing when the internet came around. And if you think about it, iPhone was just 2007, 10 years ago. I think that's what they're saying that it started at 2007. I mean, imagine if you had invested in Apple 10 years ago, where would you be at? And historically, it's like, I think that's the thing, that because of the internet and because of the information highway that we have, there's so much information available, people are not getting that. 10 years ago, we didn't have this way of getting information. So you're getting it now, and you're basically, even at 17,000 a coin, I think Ethereum went up to 700. Litecoin had went all the way up to about 370, 380, and now it's down to about 302 or whatever. I mean, even if you get in now, it's not at its peak. They're saying like it's only at 25% of where it should be. So you got a whole another 75% before it actually reaches its peak to where it should be. So I think people shouldn't be, so scared. Because I'll tell you this: I got in at Litecoin at $70. It was $70 a coin. It's $300 something. So. And we're not talking about I got in a year ago. I'm talking about I just got in a couple months ago. I learned about this about a year ago, and like a lot of people, I was skeptical. Like, nah, this don't make sense. How is this going? This, and this. But I kept reading. I kept devoting time to trying to understand what it was, and then I got it. And like, okay, I understand what they're doing. And it's in a way, it's kind of dangerous because if they defeat the fiat currencies around the world and there's no paper money and everything is digital, for the ones who don't adapt now, you're going to be in a bad position because it's like you're adapting when it's at its max. So you don't have no value. It's like you just like a dollar really doesn't have. The only value it has is what you can buy with it. So the people who adapt now will have the money and you won't. And as easy as, like I said, starting with $5, you don't have to be, putting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Go to Coinbase, set up an account. Come on now, a hoagie. The price of a hoagie. Hoagie, soda, and chips. That's all it is. We're not saying you got to put a bunch of money in. Just put a little bit in and see what happens. If that $5 become 11, then I think you let that sit. At 11 become 20. I think at that point you're going to kind of figure out that this is kind of real. This is not some kind of scheme. What was happening a couple years ago? I forgot what that one thing is. Can't remember the name of it. Everybody was going to hotels and they were having seminars and they were trying to tell you you can sell this product and now all of a sudden it's just gone. It went away. It's not there. But the internet is still there and it's growing. I remember when people was like, no, there's nowhere in the world that you're going to be able to pay your bills. It's to the point now where you can watch movies on the internet. You can talk on the internet. I don't have a bunch of money. I'm not a big TV. I'm streaming a live video feed through the internet. I podcast audio through the internet. And these things aren't technical. They're not, anybody, as you can see, is doing it. Any and everybody is doing that. I have a couple websites that I run through the internet. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why I don't understand why people feel as though that the technology is going to stop. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep evolving. And this is the evolution of the internet, as they're saying that this is where it's going. And they're talking about the Internet of Things, like these things that we're seeing now. Like you see the refrigerator that they sell that have like it's almost like an iPad on it. You can basically look inside of your refrigerator and see what's there. You can send messages to it. This is a part of the blockchain. That's what they're talking about. Like you see the little Series thing, the Google Play and all of that. These need something greater to run, something more secure to run it. So that's where Ethereum is supposed to be greater than the internet. It's supposed to be more secure than the internet. So, the time is here. And in the next 4 to 5 years, you're going to see it. You're going to see the change, and you can get in on the ground level, and you can basically, benefit from it. I'm telling you can benefit from it. I believe in it, and I believe that it's possible, and I believe it's just you have to set goals of where you want to go, and everything is possible, but a lot of people don't want to believe. There's about Dr. Boris Watkins. He has a group on Facebook, the Black Financial. I think it's Black Financial Cryptocurrency or something like that. I'll put that link. I'm gonna put all these links in, and whoever you watch this, please share, please comment, please like, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Philly John. Philly John is the YouTube channel. I'm gonna put the information out there, and hopefully you'll take it and you'll run with it. And there's a lot of excitement around this. I mean, every day I'm in a conversation with somebody about blockchain or Bitcoin, or every day, literally, is somebody asking me, what is this? Do you know anything about it? Yep, I do. Here's the information. This, and the third. This is where it's going. I believe in it. I think that it's possible. I think that you can make money off of it. I just wish everybody would take heed to what's going on, but I guess everything is not for everybody. And, there will be some people left behind, and there will be some people, I've never seen nothing where you can make money and it's a technology, and there's no vices within you making money from the technology, as I see it. There's no thing that would go against your personal, beliefs, or your religious beliefs, or just you as a person. I don't see that. So a lot of investments, I've been investing for a lot of time, and that's one of the problems I have. You look at things and it's a good investment, but then it's like, personally, this is wrong with it, this is wrong with it, so I can't invest in that. This is wrong with this is wrong. But this, is this a technology that is allowing people to go circumvent something that's been in place, and allowing them to do something as simple as, if me and you were face to face and you ask me for $5, I go in my pocket and give you $5. But it's looking at that problem being that you can't do that when your country's away, your state's away, or, you can be blocks away. You may not want to walk 3 blocks to give somebody $10 or whatever. It's maybe a hassle at the time for you. So it's easier to just go on your computer, on your phone, go to your account, send them $10 worth of Litecoin or Bitcoin. They interchange it in their account, and that's that. I even have a credit card, or debit card, whatever, is connected to my Coinbase account. So when I go to any store, the amount of Bitcoin that I have, I can buy stuff. They convert and do the conversion, and it's just like a regular transaction. It's just like you using your debit card. I use my debit card. Has a PIN number and everything. And so that's easy. The system is here. That part of the system is up and running. Another part they're trying to do with the Ethereum part, and it being a second internet, is smart contracts. So it won't be any more disputing. You enter a contract, it's entered into the blockchain. It's a public information. Everybody can see it. Me and Bill say that we're going to do X, Y, Z, and this needs to be executed on this date. The computer already executes and alerts. This has to be done, this, and that. It's no dispute. That's one of they call it smart contracts. That's one of the other things. People in the Philadelphia area, you may remember a couple years ago, it's probably still going on now, where people were taking people homes, by re-recording their name as the owner and the deed, and then when the person die or the family go to sell a house, they're like, "Oh, you guys don't own this house. The XYZ owns it." They're thinking about having that system put into the blockchain. So what would happen is nobody could re-record the original deed, because it would be in the chain and it had to be checked by the chain. It's blocks and it's numbers put in a chain, actually. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and in every chain. It's like a chain. You know what I mean? You can't just disconnect this part of the chain and still have the chain connected. That's the security. You have to go back to the original link in the chain. You have to. And to do that and try to manipulate or make things, there's no way you can do that. There's no way you can do that. Check out our sponsors, tshirttrack.com, for customized apparel. Drop them a email at tshirttrack.com if you need anything made, customized. These shirts was made Philly John, tshirttrack.com. Check out accessoryjunkie.com for charms, bracelets, and jewelry. Philly John. Podcasting live, Podbean, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube channel, Philly John at YouTube. One Philly John at Instagram. Email onephillyjohn@gmail.com. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for your time. Any likes, comments, or subscribers is greatly appreciated. Carry on, people.